Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Herbal Synergies. The shop almost introduced us wrong again. That's okay.
Mm.
I'm your host, Sinji. With me, as always, Bay,
What up?
who is currently snacking on what delectable. What are you drinking? What is it? Sipping on tea?
I was no, not
Damn,
right now. I was eating a crumpet.
a crumpet.
Yes. No, I'm kidding. No, it's a kind dark chocolate
An
almond
eclair?
bar. It's pretty delicious. No,
Damn.
it's an almond bar. It's delicious. You know I don't eat those types of sweets.
Oh, my bad, dog. My bad. Okay, the segment that starts it off, we about to. Spoiler alert, spilling the tea.
Nah,
Flavor of
you
the
might
week.
got some slim tea.
I might.
Well, yeah, I'm going with my boy White Tea Poison, aka Mob, the shadow leader of his middle school. Final boss fight was pretty good. Um, I do find it funny that like anytime like Mob his rage it builds up like the first stage is like his hair flickering a little bit and then like it's like flickers more and then like all of a sudden it shoots all the way up like he's going Super Saiyan and then he gets the red eyes for his final stage fighting but then yeah, it was a good fight. I enjoyed it. Good series. I do enjoy Reagan on there. He's kind of funny. But yeah, that's my tea. My flavor of the week.
Okay, okay. Well, all right. My flavor of the week, guys, and it's a real doozy. I don't, you know, don't know if you can contain yourselves, but I will try to make this as bearable as possible. My flavor of the week is the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps literally blowing himself and his family up.
His daughters didn't die.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Homeboy didn't look like he was there to save him. I don't remember seeing them again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure alive because he said, make sure my daughters live, and that guy will do anything for the master.
Okay, all right, well. Either way, him, because he was ready to die anyway. For some reason, he knew Homeboy was going to show up. So he just casually blew himself up.
Well, it's because his clan has a precognition ability where like they can kind of see the future. So that's why he was like he's coming. So and he had it all
Gotcha.
set up and laid out and all that plan. I was like, okay, makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay, cool. Irby, what we starting off with? Let me know. Let me know.
Let's talk about how much of a letdown Kenichi was this week.
Oh, it was such a fucking letdown.
Yeah. I was yeah, so let's start on that.
I don't wanna.
Yeah, me
It
too.
was, if him and the fuck is his name? Him and Odin were having such a good fight.
I think his name's like Ritu or Rotu or
Ryuto,
something.
something like that.
Ryutu, yeah.
They were
Yeah.
having such a good fight.
Yeah. So episode 46, this is when Nijima writes his letter to Kenichi and like he gets all sentimental and weepy and kind of I think he confessed to being an alien. So that was kind of weird. Um, but so he confesses to being an alien, and then they cut the training short, and he's like, "I gotta go save my friends." So So I think, yeah, it wasn't too much there. And all the old Ragnarok shows up, and then my man Kenichi shows up like Dragon Ball Z character.
To be fair, the elder threw him and
Yeah,
proceeded to run across water
yeah, that man was out there.
and then try to blend in the group sipping tea. It's like, hey guys, missed you. How you been? Bruh,
Yeah,
I felt like you didn't just scurry across the water like it was nothing.
he did. I did enjoy how Kermit and all of them showed up though. I was like, oh, the Z Fighters are here. We gotta buy time till Goku arrives.
The Z fighters are wow.
It's pretty much what they were doing. They just
You
waiting
know,
till
you're not
Kenichi showed
wrong.
up. Yeah. So I was like, hmm. I did like the was this episode? Oh no, the next one's when he hit him with that. So yeah, nothing for that. And then another thing I didn't enjoy particularly was the elder said it take 5 hours, but I'm pretty sure they weren't fighting for 5 hours to run back.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I was like, this ain't this some anime protagonist stuff right here. So um yeah, and then this is when Kermit fights the Berserker.
Did you say Kermit or Hermit?
Yeah, Hermit. I mean, I did say Kermit.
I think I heard it earlier too, and it was like it doesn't sound wrong, but it also doesn't sound right. What is he saying? Kermit? It's not Kermit. Is it Kermit? It's not Kermit.
Yeah, yeah, it's flipping Hermit. Yeah, that Berserker, he was quite the strong guy though.
Yeah, but in the end, his lack of training is what prevented him from actually excelling, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't know how to channel his raw talent. Reminds me of the quote basketball coach used to say, "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard." So Kermit put in him Hermit put in him hours. He kind of whooped him. He kept getting up. I did think it was messed up how he attacked him with a broken elbow. I was like, ooh, a dislocated elbow. I was like, ooh, that hurt me just looking at it. So
No freaking second thought. He's just like, you think this elbow is gonna stop me?
yes, and he went to swing it. Um,
Mm.
so I was like, man, I don't believe that. That was a good fight between those two. Uh,
It was. It was.
yeah, and Kensei Ma broke out his telescope, and everyone was like, where? Why do you have that? And so, but yeah, let's see here. Yeah, and then yeah, I put down Ultra Instinct because of the Seikuken or whatever they use. It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
the barrier you can't get into. Um, yeah, I did think
Yes.
it
The
was kind of
hermit.
corny
Oh,
though.
the hermit and berserker fight was really good, and like berserker kept getting up, but like in the end, hermit like prevailed 'cause he stood in close. Uh, you could tell hermit like low key considers himself part of the alliance, but didn't want to say it out loud.
He did. He was like, I just had to help out or something until you got here. Otherwise, we may have to get a rematch. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it was a good fight.
It was.
Yeah, I did
Then
think it was corny though how the first move Kenichi ever learned was the first move to knock out Odin.
oh, you thought it was corny?
Yeah, the first that Shoho or Kaito, whatever it is, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it
I
was.
mean, I kind of appreciate it. It's something I completely forgot about.
I was like, that little
He
rinky
practiced
dink
it for like
move.
a whole, like he would do it the entire way to school.
The whole arc he was doing that. Didn't know nothing else but that.
Nope.
So yeah,
I
and
enjoyed it.
yeah, and then this is where you find out a little bit about Odin's fighting style because I think this is where he removes his glasses and he becomes like he can see everything, like call it his fighter's inner eye or whatever. Um, and
Yeah,
his
so like
yeah
he he needs glasses, but I think this is a little like before like him and Kenichi are still squaring off a little bit before this,
yeah
but he actually does need glasses. The man's blind as a fucking bat. Um, and when Kenichi starts getting like serious and it becomes like an actual fight, he's like, "Now take off your glasses. I don't want to hit a guy with glasses." You know, Kenichi remaining to his principles, and Odin almost turns into like a fucking completely different person when he took off his glasses. Like, you done fucked up, dog. Should have left me with my glasses on, cause now I'm about to see everything. It's like what? What? I don't understand. And then his what is it? His
Seikuken. That's that
Seikuken.
little that's that little spirit that they have
Mm-hmm.
around them. So yeah, and then you kind of that's kind of why he got the name Odin because Odin gave up an eye in order to gain wisdom of the ages. So I guess you giving up your glasses make you even stronger in this sense about giving up an eye. So
Hmm.
it's a I did enjoy how they kind of did have characters that were similar to the, the gods.
I do too. I appreciated
Yeah.
the what's the word I'm looking for? The attention to detail, I guess.
Yeah. Like how the stick and Freya was defeated and all the I do it was good. I had to look up some stuff. I was like, oh yeah, that is right. That's why he gave up his eye and whatnot. So yeah, this when the fight gets serious.
Super serious.
Yeah. Um, they get fighting and then neither one of them. This is when they can land a blow and then uh Kenichi he's like, I know your fighting style, so that's what Ryuto says to Kenichi, and then he proceeds to like attack him um and counterattacks with him.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
like
pretty.
I liked when and like I said, I agree. Kenichi was very disappointing in the end, but I liked the fight overall because I like when they both had their Shikukens going, and like they're just getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer until like they were basically almost damn near hugging each other.
Yeah, they couldn't get a single blow in. I was like, okay, but yeah, and so Kenichi, in order to beat Odin, he transforms his fighting style into his master's, which is pretty hilarious. Him fight him fighting his Apachai and Sugetsuban and what's the other one? The
Sakaki and
yeah Kensei. That was pretty hilarious. Doing their faces and I did enjoy that part. That was good. I was like, yeah, go Kenichi, do it. So he did. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was great. Great fight. And then he's about to get the upper hand. I thought he almost killed him when he landed for a second. I was like, ooh, going through the chest, the nail. And he's like, are you okay? And this is when he brings out the Saiyan Do powers and heal the wound.
Yo, that felt like that him doing that kind of felt like Goku using Kaioken for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just beefed up, was like, rah, rah. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, you crazy, huh?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, so you just beef up and heal your wound in your arm that was bleeding? I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I need to go ahead and get a little stronger then or something. But I think that concludes that episode, and then we start off with him taking Kenichi by the leg and just treating him like how Thanos did did the Hulk, slamming him into the ground left right. I was like, ooh, I was like, man, that was terrible. That was awful. But we also learned that he finally the reason why Odin hates Kenichi so much is because years ago they fought over that badge, and even though Kenichi won, he he gave
Gave it
Odin
to
the
him
badge.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then proceeded to and Odin proceeded. That's when Ryota, like, he didn't want the badge. He was like, nah, fuck this. I'm not gonna take your pity. Blah blah blah. And
yeah,
and he
and
essentially he
yeah
essentially
spent all
just
night.
yeah, he spent all night looking for badges, and he finally found the one that he ended up crushing a few episodes back. But it was empty. It felt empty because it wasn't the badge he wanted. It was the
Yeah,
satisfaction of victory.
yeah. So
Kenichi took the victory.
yeah, and even when they fought when they were little kids, he was winning, but then he Kenichi had a certain power to him and just got the power when it was time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, huh, look at you, Kenichi.
Look at you go.
Yeah, just when you always level up, you just keep leveling up. So
So after we learn Ryuta's petty story, the fight continued, and once again, Kenichi found some strength that he pushed through, and he's keeping up with Ryota. At this point, Ryota's like self-destructing, and his master, which you were right about. I made a note. You were right. Uh,
yeah,
Ryuen Zanpaku's first disciple was the Great Sage Fist,
yeah,
and they all the senseis in the Ryuen Zanpaku realized that um, the Sage Fist was just using Ryota to test out how long his body can last, mixing Do and Sei, I believe it's the name of it.
yeah,
And then in midst of the fight, when he was ready to, the Sage Fist was ready to collect both of the guys, he he sprung into action, and then everyone showed up to stop him. It's like, let's. Why don't you just stay where you are and let's just finish watching this?
yeah. I did think that was a nice touch. I was like, oh, so they're all there. It's kind of like when the Avengers was like, on your left, Cap, and then everyone showed up. But you ain't watch it, so you wouldn't know.
Nope, nope. I watched the first Avengers and a little bit of the second to last one. I didn't watch the one where everyone died.
Mm, dang.
My bad,
It's all
people.
good in the neighborhood.
Y'all know.
Yeah, so yeah, so it was a good fight. I thought it was crazy how they all just like used their special energy powers to just stop the whole fire that was in there.
Yeah, like they went in all directions and just like completely ventilated the place. And of course, Kenichi went like head first in there to try to save Ryoto. This nigga was about to kill himself. He gave
Yeah,
no fucks.
I feel like the ventilation should have caused the fire to happen faster because that's normally what happens. But it's anime logic, so
Which is anything but logical.
yes, anything but logical. So, but yeah, the ending was super lame though. I felt like it was an ending where they could have had more, or they just like, oh, we could be back for more, or we can't. But if I'm not mistaken, I think there was more in the manga. I
Yeah,
think they just cut.
yeah, they just never continued the anime series. So like I won't spoil anything in case Irby wants to read, but like I did look up to the end of the series and I was satisfied with what I got.
Hmm, might as well spill it, 'cause I don't know if I'm gonna read it. I can't even find a place to read it on.
Oh well, like it seems like it got like kind of wild from there. It seemed like it was more than just martial arts because like there was a curse and some shit like that. And Mia was scared of a curse, and Kenichi like ending up saving her or giving her courage to fight against a curse or a curse that was in her, which was a weird description to like just say Kenichi ended up getting permission from the grandfather to marry Miu. So they end up getting married.
Oh, look at my boy go.
You're damn right. I mean, it's clear they liked each other. It's just I guess the anime didn't want to finish the love story.
Or they probably lost
The
funding, or
that's a
it
that,
wasn't profitable for them to continue.
that is within the realms of possibilities.
Yeah. So they got married. That's good.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they get married.
Yeah, I'm happy for Kenichi. He got him a nice one.
Oh man, what? Understatement.
Be able to cook, she can fight.
Understatement. But yeah, that concludes Kenichi Shirahama.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it was a good show. They like I kind of lost its way,
It
but
did get mad boring for like 20 episodes.
yeah. But overall, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. So the next one. What do you want to discuss next? Demon Slayer?
We can do Demon Slayer. Yeah, sure. I mean, all right. So Demon Slayer, the exact opposite of last week happened this week. Like last week was kind of just filler. This week there was way too much going on at once. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Too much is happening. Ev- Everyone's in action, but like that's a little later. Let's continue training with the Stone Rock Hashira, whatever the fuck his name is, who has a terribly sad story.
You realize that the manga doesn't have filler? Because it's manga.
What do you
So
mean?
it's kind of canon. Like the stuff that they write in the manga is actually what goes on and happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I, so so it couldn't possibly have filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it had last week was filler, but it's just no way it should have filler. If you get what I'm saying.
Did I say I had filler? That's not what I meant. I meant like it was just slow. They were just training.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You did say filler. I was like, wait, they can have filler in manga.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I didn't mean filler.
Yeah. You, maybe slow down is what you meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But yeah,
So
so it was just
we continued training with the Stone Hashira in the first chapter, and like there's three stages to his training. We learned there is the waterfall, withstand the waterfall, something like that, like because the water is like really, 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 really cold.
yeah,
And then once you withstand the water, you have to
carry logs.
three logs. You carry three logs. Then once you carry three logs, you have to push a boulder. And Zenitsu, being the ever so non-confident beauty that he is, was not having any single one of those trainings. He wasn't with it. He wasn't enjoying it. He wanted nothing to do with it. Anytime Tanjiro disagrees with him, he like kind of abuses him a little. Excuse
You
me.
said, yeah, I would say, yeah, Inosuke passes out from under the water because it was so cold, and and the reason why Tanjiro notices it is because he stopped chanting, and so it's like,
Nami
oh,
Amido, something like that.
yeah,
Which is funny because like they kind of just use that line in Kenichi.
yeah,
I mean, not Kenichi. Kenshin, the
mm.
guy who taught Sano the fist move technique that he does.
The
I feel like
with
he
the
was saying
Dotai
that.
Fukiyomi or whatever, yeah,
Yeah, I feel like he was
that
saying
was a
that.
nice move though,
Yeah, that was a nice fight, but like we're on a different show now.
yeah,
We'll talk about that. Don't worry. I got some things to talk about when it comes to Kenshi. Just give me a second to get there. So Tanjiro, as always, pure determination, getting through the trials. You fucking piece of shit. Anyone who watches and listens to us on YouTube, you'll know why I said that. It's fucking piece of shit. Uh, it
well,
fucked
yeah,
me up.
keep talking though.
I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Damn it. Tanjiro just kind of flies by all his trainings. You know, the thing he was having the hardest time with was pushing the boulder.
Yeah,
That.
that's when they came up with the mantra.
Mm-hmm. And
I did.
go ahead.
I said then you find out like his mark is getting darker,
It
so
is, and it was a
so
lot
it's
more
changing.
noticeable. I don't know if it was next couple panels or the next chapter because I kind of just read it all at once. But it
Yeah,
was a lot more noticeable a little later, and the person who got him out of his what how do you call it his
like his rock training almost.
yeah, like he was stuck. He was stuck. He was stuck. The person who got him out of his rut was Genya, the person who can't do breathing. And he's just like, what you got to do is you got to think of something that makes you really mad or like really motivated and just let all that energy out at once. And I was just like,
Yeah,
what?
he's talking about like repetition. Yeah, the chanting techniques. I was like, huh, that's good.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they got him.
so
It got him through the training, no problem. Like, so it works. It
yeah,
definitely
and then
works.
the the one and then after you complete his training, you learn about the Stone Hashira's background, which is kind of sad. He was
Oh, so fucked up.
yeah, he raised kids in the orphanage, and the one boy he was out late and he encountered a demon, and in order to save himself, he decided to give up the other kids. So he knocks out the wisteria and invites the demon in, and four kids immediately die, and then three other kids ran away and then got slit up, and then one girl, Sando, stayed alive because he beat the demon to a pulp until morning came. So that was interesting, and he did all this while he's blind. So that made it even more because I was like, that man was blind. And so
Yeah, and it was, and then like what ended up being like sealing his fate was like the one girl he managed to protect. She was so young, whether she was confused or just like I don't even know. Like she ended up
she,
saying he
yeah,
killed everyone.
yeah,
I was like,
and,
damn,
and there was no evidence of a demon.
because the
So he
sun was
just,
up.
yeah, and that's when Uba Shiki saves him. He's like, "Oh, I know you didn't kill those people." So, but that man beat the demon till dawn, though. So
So fucked up.
I was like, man, he had some serious stamina. Cause I
He
think it
did
was like, yeah, it was like 8 o'clock. He was beating him till the sun came up.
to prevent him from regenerating.
Yeah, cause he's like, I couldn't cut his head off, so I just kept smashing it in. And the girl called him a monster. Like, no, he saved you from the monster. But
Damn.
yeah, you can't expect a young kid to know the difference, especially in like a high stakes situation like that.
I mean, you're right. You can't, but like, damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
I wish that she would have did something a little differently there.
Mm-hmm. But
So
then again, if she didn't,
if she didn't,
m- maybe he wouldn't be where he is. I don't know. I don't know.
he wouldn't be because he probably still be at the orphanage, and then he wouldn't realize he had the strength to protect people.
Yeah, and like the only reason we got that story was cause he was saying how much he respected Tanjiro, and Tanjiro was like, "Nah, man, it's not that I chose my sister. I mean, chose the villagers over my sister. Is that I didn't know what to do, so she chose for me."
Yeah,
It's like, oh, oh,
I did think that. He was like, yeah, he's like, no, don't thank me. So it's like, huh, that's interesting. But yeah, uh, so that concludes that chapter, and then the next one, the wind and water hospitals are fighting with wooden swords that they're so strong that they just break them while swinging them.
yeah.
It's, so yeah, not much to that. And this is when Zenetsu comes through and it's like he's like, I got to do this training myself. He's like, thank you or something. Hopefully the man comes back and learns something other than first form uh, to be better. But who knows?
Mm, I don't. I haven't seen enough of him to gauge what the hell he. I don't. Even, first of all, don't know what the hell was in the letter. Don't know why he changed. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But it was. I was like, man, it's like he's got to do that, so he didn't do that. Nothing much in the episode other than the wind Hashira was like, "What's that sound?" And he snatched up the demon eyeball or whatever it was that was in the weeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew something was going to go down when he did that. And then this is when the next chapter when Muzin shows up with a Uba Shiki, and they find out they're actually from the same bloodline, and that they were cursed, and that the Demon Slayer leader actually has to hunt down Muzin. Um, and if Muzin dies, all demons die. So I'm pretty
Musin
sure he's going to
dies, all
escape this
demons die.
alive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to escape this because there's still what another 60 some chapters left.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain he's making it out.
Yeah, I am too.
Like it's almost hard to convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. Right now they have their best chance, but like, what if, what if he doesn't escape? Like, what if the final boss is him? Him,
That would be something crazy.
right? Right. So we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, I do have a quote here. It did something. He was like, yeah, he stepped on the tiger over and over and invited the wrath of the dragon. I was like, huh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
But
you know
yeah.
what? I was curious to see where that quote was going. Up until the point he changed from tigers to dragons, I was like, I don't get
That's why
it.
I was like, what? That's like that's weird, but I'll rock with it.
See, I don't get it.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
It was like when you were telling you showed me that thing where it's like fuck, what was it? The 3 episode rule for anime. And
Oh, I
then
didn't
like,
watch it. I just sent it to you.
all right, so like at the end, oh, that's probably why I didn't properly react to what the hell I said. And the end, there were
Yes.
like study shows that 90% of the people who watched the first episode watched the second episode, and 80% of the people who watched the second episode watched the third episode, and so on and so forth. And I was just like, who the fuck starts a series in the middle of the series? Like, who
Yeah.
else is gonna watch the next fucking episode other than people who watched the previous? I don't get it.
But sometimes I do pick up on something between in the middle of it because when I used to watch Cartoon Network or whatever, I used to be like, it's like, what is this show? And then I look it up and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'd be like, let me start this from the beginning. But normally I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, like I started. My first anime was Bleach. I started that in like the Soul Society arc in the middle of like him fighting Renji, and that's when I got curious about it. But like, other than that, like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I know. But yeah. Mm. Next chapter anyway. Ubashiki killed everyone in his family. I had that at first, but then later on, they might be. I think the girls are alive. I think he spared his children,
Yeah, I have
but
no
his
idea
wife
because
had.
the guy still seemed too far to me. He had to run and
Yeah,
catch up, so I don't know if he actually saved them. I have no idea.
I think no. I think he was there first.
You think so?
Um, yeah, I think he was close by, cause he was like, "Oh, I have to go do something." And then he left because after he talked to Tanjiro, he was out.
Hmm.
And so I don't know, but who knows? We'll find out next week if everyone lives or dies or not.
We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Demons.
Mm,
So hey,
but
hey,
yeah,
Herbie, where you at on One Piece?
we're still not done with all this yet.
I know. There's too much
Forget
going on.
One Piece.
There's too much going on. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'll
Everyone,
just read what I got.
Moose. All right, hold on. In an attempt to spare himself because they got him pretty pinned right now, everyone showed up. Musin brought all the demon slayers in the vicinity into that weird dimension you've seen him use if you watch the anime. And like, he talks all to all the demons in where like there's
Yeah,
rooms everywhere.
yeah, but yeah, Tomomayo came in and apparently she has a potion that's supposed to change people back to humans after they've been demons. and then
Mm-hmm.
find out her backstory. She Musin turned her into a demon, and she ate her husband and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was it's kind of sad.
Show's
Yeah,
brutal,
and
man.
then it is, and then this when they said they could see the future. Um, and then all they fight, they're trying to get a worm down, and then Kaneu's sister, or or she's fighting for sister that killed the poison hospital lady, and she stabs one demon in the throat. The demon's name is Doma, so leaves off another cliffhanger, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, on to One Piece. My main man Sanji. Where am I? Learned
You
his
don't
name
know.
was Vinsmoke.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy's talks to Momonosuke about stuff, and yeah, the samurai. I do like Law though. He was like, show us your doppelganger jutsu. That was a good one. I was like, oh, doppelganger,
You can
multi Shenaklo jutsu.
you can tell how Law has was influenced by the Straw Hats.
Yeah, and then what else too was they all would talk about like Naruto stuff. So I was like, ha! I was like, this is probably the best episode ever.
Damn.
So yeah, the
I
other
don't know about
episodes
the
were
best
terrible.
one ever.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was like, huh. But yeah, yeah, and then you find out like Razo's actually there, and I was like, I would have turned him in.
Right?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have turned him in, but I wouldn't have gotten hurt for the boy.
That man had a huge head.
He did, and a little weird old body. But yeah, it was decent. Um, I couldn't complain about it. I think now they're setting sail to go pick up Sanji. So
Hmm.
yeah, good. Nothing too much. I had to slow down on the One Piece. It was getting boring. And then I did think another part that comes to mind is when they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay up so that Kinemon and the other guy doesn't infiltrate and mess him up or scare him or whatever." And then they all proceed to fall asleep because they're too stubborn to take shifts. Like what? Y'all is crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, go ahead and talk about
Kenshin?
some Kenshin Baroni Kenshin.
Alright, so we're heading to Shishio's group to do the battle that they promised to do. And one of the guys on Shishio's team is like, hey, let's do this so we have more people and we definitely win. And Shishio gets pissed. He's like, I am a man of my word. I told Kenshin I will face him 101 and that is what I will do. I was like, all right, cool. Everyone has to have their line they stick to, their code. And
The
I see,
Creed, the Nindo way, yeah,
yeah, their Nindo, their ninja way.
yeah,
I always love when Hinata used that. He's like, come on, Hinata, stop.
yeah,
That is too my Nindo, my ninja way. So what?
yeah,
Hinata, come on, stop. Find your own.
yeah. But everyone started using it though, so
True.
yeah. But
So then then you stumped me because nothing happened in the game. I was just like, oh. Then they get to the place and the first person up to fight is Sano. against his former teacher. Now that's handy and dandy and all, but his
The
teacher
Nota
has,
Fukuyomi.
yeah, his teacher mastered the arts in which he fights in. He just Sano just knows the basics.
Yes, that the teacher can do that single attack from any part of his body.
And not to mention when Sano finally got him real good, the teacher hit himself from the opposite side to counteract the blow. And I was just like, does that work
Yes,
that
I
way?
was. You think about it, it's the same as blocking a punch with another punch.
Yeah, but like the very essence of this move is to just straight up destroy shit. Like it just perishes. There shouldn't be a sign left. So like it was confusing that like you can counteract a blow with a blow of equal. No, I guess that makes sense. Never mind. And moving on, they get into a slugfest and like eventually Sano wins it over through sheer plot armor.
Yeah,
Through complete sheer plot armor and opens the his teacher's eyes and like he's been shaming the deaths of his fallen family instead of you know
honoring them.
yeah, so like he changes his ways and Sano wins the duel. Next
Yeah.
we go to the blind swordsman's Usui, I think his name is, and Sato is the one who fights him. It's not a long fight. It was just like, oh, my all-seeing eye sees everything. Sishio blinded me, and eventually, after laying in the forest helpless, I could see everything through hearing. I heard a river that was a mile away. So, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't really care about your backstory. Let's proceed.
Yeah.
Sato, he used his sword technique, and he had to bring out his hidden technique that he wanted to save for Kenshi, and he pierced through the turtle shell and left Usui pinned against the wall, dying. Boom. Moving on the gauntlet to the next. Kenshi stops in front of a library and the girl's like, there's no one in there. Your next fight's against the kid who broke your other sword. It's this way. And Kenshi's like, nah, I'm going in here. She's like, I'm telling you, there's no one in here. And who do we find in the library? None other than Ayoshi, former leader of the Oni gang.
Yeah.
Now, Kenshi's dumbass decided to fight Aoshi because he had to, but then tried to not fight Aoshi because it wasn't him to him, but had to fight Aoshi because Aoshi was about to kill this motherfucker if Kenshi didn't get serious.
Yeah.
And after enough talking, enough time, Kenshi got serious and Aoshi was like, you were only a quarter step faster than me. If I react a little quicker, I'll get you. And Kenshi was like, nah, bro, I'm always gonna be that fast than you. I'm doing it on purpose. Just give it up. You're not honoring your fallen comrade. Again, the same thing with the Sano's teacher. You're not honoring your fallen comrades. You're shaming them. And then Aoshi's just like, that Pikachu meme where he has his mouth drop and it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Aoshi's just like, oh, maybe he's right.
Yeah.
And now they're on their way to Shishio, and I haven't got that far yet.
So they didn't fight the guy
No,
with the
stop. No, I don't know what you're talking about. If they did, I'll
okay.
mention it.
There's some guy with some short hair, right? Was that the one?
Short hair? I don't. No, I don't. There was Usui, the blind guy, the monk. I think everyone else went to the village to try to burn it down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's of little importance. Kenshi Hamura is the important thing on this show right now.
Did you where's the guy with the I'm thinking this is the one where he fights the guy with the horizontal stripes on his arms, right?
The
Or did that fight
horizontal.
already happen? He
With
had
the
like a little demon
horizontal.
head face.
May, maybe it hasn't happened yet.
I can't remember if this was when he fought him or not.
I feel like I've been paying really good attention to the show, so like I don't recall who you're talking about, but if I do remember it or see it, I'll let you know.
Yeah, but shoot, that. that was all right. Uh, yeah, it's heating up, and I think yeah, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Yeah, stop. All right, Tower of God.
All right, so chapter 70. This is like the royal division or Parawe or what's her name? Fury or whatever. Sends
Yuri.
him flying like yeah, Yuri, yeah, yeah. Sends him flying with like flick of the wrist, little furball guy.
Look at the
But
flick of the
turns
wrist. Ooh.
turns out he just dodged it. So um the chief and then you find out the chief god of the jihad family, you know, find his name out, Guardian of the Floor. Um they're all there with the guy known as the Wave Cutter, Kiradon, and they're gonna kill the furball guy supposedly. Um, so what happens is they told him come back. Um, she told Bam to come back when he reached a certain level, and then come to 77th floor. And then she takes the Green March, and then find out Kun has a brother, but hasn't been in the family for years.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, like
yeah,
the important people, quote unquote important, are part of families, and they just they have like branches to the family, blah blah blah. Like some people are just actually cousins, but they all call themselves brothers and sisters and shit like that.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, look at them go. And then Rachel tells Bam that he is her star, and they talk about the world above, and that's when they get attacked by the bull, and Bam can't stop the bull and attack at the same time, and then Bam kind of hurts himself, but ends up killing it, and then Rachel gets up and pushes Bam out of the little bubble.
Yeah,
So she passes. Rachel says he's dead, but I think she fake fainted so that they all wanted to help her, and then everyone's like, "Oh, we gotta help her go up the tower,"
yeah,
and that was
that
pretty dumb.
fucking bitch, Rachel.
Yeah, and then um, what else? The fairy the tower told Rachel she wasn't good enough to go up the towers, and she was ugly, nasty, and bad.
True, true, true.
So and then Rachel says Bam took everything from her, and then the guy was like, "Oh, you wanna you wanna go in the tower? You got to do this one thing for me." And it's like, we're gonna try to make you the hero." And then so basically she betrayed. That's why I don't know. That's why she betrayed Bam, but she had to get rid of Bam. Um, and I do like how the tundra of Bam also means night in Korean.
Mm-hmm.
And Rachel is afraid of the night, so it kind
It's
of
a lot
works
of
out.
foreshadowing.
Yeah,
So like
and
within a couple chapters of the next season, you'll you'll get a good grasp of like of the situation. I'd
yeah,
say. Yeah, yeah. That's yeah.
yeah, and then Ro quits his job and he goes to the 77th floor to figure out what's going on.
Ah,
And then
Ro.
yeah, and then who is it? I think that Ho guy is still alive. I feel like I think he was in on it too. Um, and then Rachel Guy goes picks up Bam, and then that's how it ends. 'Cause Bam talking about his feelings and why would Rachel do this to me, and like I guess they wanted him to know pain. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was like, dang, she got up and pushed Bam. I was like, that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it'll yeah, the next couple chapters will clear up a lot of things.
Yeah. So, but yeah, only took 78 chapters for it to get interesting.
Well, we told you at the get. I actually I feel like I said you should have just watched the first season and then started reading from season two.
Nah, you didn't say that.
I'm going with it.
Mm.
But yeah, so coming up next week, we got to decide. Well, actually, pretty soon before we even get through the week, we got to decide what we're replacing Kenchi, and we still haven't replaced Starter Town yet.
Nope. I got a few stuff in mind we can talk about off the AS.
All right, big dog, and all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is about going to wrap it up for today, for this week, and for life. No, I'm kidding. Just for this week.
Damn, for life.
For life.
Damn.
That's gonna
Gonna make
do it
it
for
to the
this
Big Ten
episode.
podcast.
Deep cut. That hurt me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Dang.
All right, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, share. You know, do what it do to support, and we will catch you next week with a different flavor. Peace.
Peace.